A popular myth in Karnataka goes that a witch roams the streets at night, knocking on doors and calling people out. To make things seem ordinary and nonchalant, she calls out people's names and she uses the voice of someone known. When people open the door, the witch makes their blood burst out of their bodies, or maybe they die in the next 24 hours, or maybe they just disappear. The ends vary, but essentially these people are no more. To ward this witch off, people are asked to write Naale ba, or come tomorrow, on their doors. The witch reads this writing and moves on to other, more gullible prey. This myth originated in the 1990s, somewhere in Karnataka. And I think there are variations of this myth in Bengal, Bihar, and Jharkhand as well. Stree takes this idea, changes it up a little, and builds a very, very fun film around it. If you don't already know, because you live under a rock, the film goes something like this. During one of their annual religious festivals in a town called Chanderi, a ghost known as Stree haunts the streets. It grabs any man it can find, after asking permission of course, and whisks him away to God knows where. Bhiki, Bittu and Janna are three friends who come in contact with this ghost and must now find a way to get rid of her before all three are consumed by it. Before we go any further, I'd like to say that Stree is not a horror film. It certainly has the trappings of a horror film. It has quite a few scenes that make it look like a horror film, but it's not a horror film. This is a comedy, and there is a lot of comedy in Stree. The central theme of the film is women, how men behave with them, how badly they're treated, and other things. All stories, each and every one of them, have themes. Themes are important, and it's important here as well. But while watching this film, I wasn't really interested in the theme of the film. I'm glad it was there, but it wasn't something that distracted me. I watched this film twice, and the theme barely registered for me. I'm sure it'll be the same even when I watch the movie 7 more times. I'm not going to watch it 7 more times, but you get my drift. Themes are great, they're commendable, but in this film, it barely registered on my radar. I think Stree is kind of a rarity for me in that I actually liked every character in this film. Rajkumar Rao, Abhishek Banerjee, Aparshakti Khurana, even Shraddha Kapoor, who doesn't really have a big role except smile and appear mysterious. Pankaj Tripathi, Vijay Rajkumar Rao's father, everyone. I liked each and every character in this film. The heart of the film though is Rajkumar Rao, of course. He's brilliant as Bhiki the tailor. His mannerisms, his language, it's all fabulous. And Rajkumar Rao and Aparshakti Khurana both have these accents which I just love. I love how they call Vicky Bhiki, and their pronunciation and English grammar is just fantastic. It's so typical of people for whom English isn't their first language. It's brilliantly done. We also have Abhishek Banerjee, who I have always liked since I watched Humorously Yours, where he plays a very different role. But then I liked him in Patal Lok and here of course, and even Bhedia, where I didn't really like the film all that much, but I liked Abhishek Banerjee. And of course Pankaj Tripathi, who in his limited appearance as the man who knows everything but isn't really built to face whatever obstacles come his way. Pankaj Tripathi is, I don't even know why I'm saying this. I have yet to hear anyone complain about Pankaj Tripathi's performance in anything. The man can literally do no wrong. I haven't seen Shraddha Kapoor in anything except Rock On 2, which was so long ago I don't even remember what that movie was about. So I don't know how Shraddha Kapoor acts in other films. Here she really had to do the bare minimum, look mysterious and smile brilliantly, which she does with ease. Other than that, I really don't know what to say about her. One of the things I really liked about this film was that they made Bhikki's mother a prostitute. And none of the people he knew, adults, young men, women, little children, were there little children in this film? I can't remember any being there. Anyway, nobody cared about Bhikki's mother. Sure, they occasionally made fun of this fact, but no one, absolutely no one gave him grief for this. He was allowed to grow up normally. And this is why Bhikki decides to put his life on the line for these people. I love this motivation. It's a refreshing motivation to give to a central character. One of the things that's quite inherent to this film is that it feels like a small town story. Our heroes are seen playing Ludo at one time, on the phone of course, but still. The streets in the film are really narrow and cramped with houses on either side. A bookseller drives down the street on a cycle with a mic and a loudspeaker making announcements. A father sits his son down and has a very awkward conversation about masturbation and sex. There's a burger joint in the village called SFC, clearly a KFC knockoff. None of this is really important to the film, to the plot, but all this is very important to create the village that our characters live in. And it's a treat to watch really. Look, this film has problems, quite a few of them. Why did Shraddha Kapoor drag a hero across the village to a remote location and just drop him off there? Why was Jannah returned only to erase everyone's street signs? How convenient was it that Bicky was the son of a prostitute? Something that was specific in spoiling the Stree's plan? How convenient was it that the monster hunter came to meet the one man who would foil Stree's plan? I could go on. I have quite a few questions, but none of these questions distracted me from the film while it was playing. None of these distracted me while I was sitting down after, laughing at how good the film was. So, I think none of them really matter. I'm going to watch the second film now, and I hope it's as endearing as this part. Thanks for watching the video. Like it, share it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.